Trump reveals plan for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. Well, that didn't take long. President Trump has said he wants to, quote, clean out Gaza and relocate its population to U.S. client states, Egypt and Jordan, which would, of course, be a textbook case of ethnic cleansing. It would also align perfectly with long-standing Israeli agendas to remove Palestinians from their homeland so that their territory can be seized and settled by Jews. Speaking with the press on board Air Force One on Saturday, Trump said he talked to Jordan's King Abdullah II about taking in large numbers of Palestinians from Gaza, and said he plans to speak with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi about doing the same. "I'd like Egypt to take people, and I'd like Jordan to take people," Trump told reporters, saying the Gaza Strip is a real mess and literally a demolition site. "You're talking about probably 1.5 million people, and we just clean out the whole thing," Trump said. The president said that this new arrangement could be either temporary or long-term, but one would have to be extremely naive to believe that either Israel or Washington plan on emptying out Gaza of its inconvenient population, rebuilding it, and then bringing them all back to shiny new homes. Israel has a very extensive history of grabbing land from Palestinians and then refusing to give it back, which is why there are so-called refugee camps for displaced Palestinians that are as old as the State of Israel itself. Just 5 days into his second term as president, Trump left no doubt about what his intentions are for Gaza, Joe Laria wrote for Consortium News on Trump's comments, adding, "He tried to present what he was saying as humanitarian concern, but only the most ill-informed person about Gaza would not see that he is talking about committing the crime of forcibly relocating a population." Trump supporters will no doubt defend his stated plans as a compassionate effort to rescue Palestinians from unfortunate circumstances, because Trump supporters are chowder-brained bootlickers who would defend literally anything their president did. But make no mistake, this is the advancement of an agenda to end the existence of the Palestinian people in their historic homeland, and would fulfill the darkest desires of the most depraved political factions in Israel. Mere days after the Hamas attack on October 7, 2023, Israel's intelligence ministry produced a document proposing the removal of Gaza's population to Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. At around the same time, an Israeli think tank called the Mizgav Institute for National Security and Zionist Strategy published a paper arguing that there is at the moment a unique and rare opportunity to evacuate the whole Gaza Strip in coordination with the Egyptian government. Since that time, both the Israeli government and the Israeli media have gotten much less shy about saying that ethnic cleansing is the plan for Gaza. A few weeks ago, multiple far-right Knesset members wrote a letter to Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz demanding the complete cleansing of northern Gaza using siege warfare and attacks on civilians to drive the population out of the area. In November of last year, former Israeli Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon stated unequivocally that Israel was indeed in the process of ethnically cleansing Gaza. In October, the Israeli outlet Haaretz published an editorial titled, "If it looks like ethnic cleansing, it probably is." One narrative Israel and its apologists like to push is that this forced mass displacement would be voluntary migration, which is ridiculous nonsense. Obviously, if you make a place completely uninhabitable and refuse to rush massive amounts of aid to them so that they can live, you are forcing them to relocate as surely as if you'd forced them at gunpoint. Giving people the choice to relocate or starve is not giving them a choice at all. Israel's plan for Gaza, once its ethnic cleansing agenda is complete, is of course to begin building Jewish settlements there. Last year, Israeli forces sparked a minor controversy by sneaking extremist settlement movement leader Daniela Weiss into northern Gaza so that she could scout the land for future use. Back in April, a Knesset member named Limor Son Harmelech stated on Israeli television that there are secret plans within the Israeli government to settle Gaza after military operations are complete. This past November, numerous Israeli officials attended an event brazenly titled Preparing to Resettle Gaza, just in case you needed it spelled out even more clearly where all this appears to be headed. Trump's comments help illuminate what he meant when he gushed about all the wonderful things that could be done with Gaza when speaking to the press the other day. "Gaza's interesting. It's a phenomenal location," he said on Monday. "On the sea, the best weather, everything's good. Some beautiful things can be done with it. It's very interesting. Some fantastic things can be done with it." It remains to be seen if Jordan and Egypt can be bribed or coerced into participating in the empire's ethnic cleansing plans for Gaza. But either way, the last word I would use to describe those plans is fantastic.